Hello and welcome to this Liverpool News Roundup with me, Conor. I am doing an ASMR video today because I think it would be a lot more calming at a time of distress and frustration for Liverpool fans. And I think maybe if we all speak like this, we could bring a little more calm to the world and maybe stop some of the toxicity. Nah, that. What's that all about? No, just get him out. Get Arna gone. Hello and welcome to this Liverpool News Roundup. My name is Conor and I'm here to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news after a night of rumours around Arne Slot's future and whether he will be sacked this morning. It does indeed look like he hasn't been sacked. Very disappointing. There was strong rumours, or like not even from good sources to be fair, but a whole of Twitter was just kind of convinced he was going to be sacked and a decision had been made. And we'd hear it this morning at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and it just doesn't look like that at the minute, which is just it can't go on like this, lads. It can't. It can't go on. Anyway, news wise, we do have some news around Adam Wharton for the summer. That came out late last night. We have a little bit around Andy Robertson and that failed move to Spurs and whether that's really over or not. We have a little bit on Manchester City being linked with a shock move for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And we have Mr. Mark Gahey speaking about the fact that he was very close to joining Liverpool. It was a painful, painful thing to admit and to read out again. Before we get into the news, please do hit the like button, hit the big thumbs up. It's right there, just right down there. Just click the big button. Thank you very much. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the Clips channel. Follow us on Spotify if you want to check out the podcast. The full episodes of the podcast are out on there, and there will be clips going out on the YouTube channel as well. So please give us a follow on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Listen to the podcast. Full episodes, full videos on Spotify as well. So please do check that one out. Let's start off with the Adam Wharton news then. So this started the break last night around 11 o'clock from Dave O.C. Kopp, who said, exclusive, Liverpool have held fresh talks over the signing of Adam Wharton. Wharton is keen on the move. There is confidence within Liverpool that Wharton will become a Liverpool player. Not done until it's done, of course. The move is more than likely set to be a summer move, but a late move wouldn't be a major surprise in this window. Summer more than likely, but confidence the deal will happen this summer. As we saw with Mark Gahey, it's not done until it's done. So thank you, Dave, for bringing up the Mark Gahey thing. Thank you for really just ramming it back down our throats again. We weren't really already in pain. We just wanted to be reminded of it again, didn't we? And it's just everywhere I look, I see him. I just see Mark Gahey everywhere. But yes, this is very interesting news. Adam Wharton, of course, the player that Liverpool have been linked with for a long, long time. We've been tracking him since his Blackburn days, apparently, as well. Still only 21. I believe he turns 22 next month, or in like 2 weeks, to be fair. So he will be 22 when or if he comes in the summer. Can't see a move for him at this point of the January window. Like I sit here now with 5 or 6 days left in the window. Like I just can't see it happening that quickly. A player, of course, I think is entirely realistic for us to get. Like he's homegrown. Again, he's a player we've tracked for a long time. He's a player we need. I'm sure as well we have a decent relationship there with Crystal Palace, and of course after negotiating with them in the summer, and I just think it's a move that if we want it to be done, it will happen. Because Manchester City seem to be looking at the likes of Elliot Anderson more so than Adam Wharton. So I think the player is there to be gotten if we want him. I would love him. I've said a few times he would be my first choice for a number of factors. I just think his style of play would really work for us. Like he just is such a silky footballer, really good with progressive passes. He just fits everything. And the fact he's English then and homegrown as well. Like if we can get him for a decent fee, I don't know what the fee exactly would be. Like I wouldn't pay £100 million for him, but if it's somewhere in the whatever 60 or 70 million pound range, then I'm sure that will be a good deal long term, especially given how young he is, especially given he's homegrown, and just given the fact that we really need that profile of midfielder at the minute. I can't even remember the last time we signed a defensive midfielder. Like even like going back to like the Caicedo, the Lavia links, like we still haven't signed one since then. Like Wataru Endo, of course, that counts. But like you mean like a proper starter, high profile? Like it probably was Fabinho. Like we still haven't replaced Fabinho. Let that settle in. This, of course, then does open up like long-term questions around the futures of like Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister. Like these are two players we've seen linked with moves away. Dominic Soboslai, of course, his future still up in the air with the contract stuff. I think he probably will stay. I think if Adam Wharton comes in, I would expect we see one of Curtis Jones and Alexis McAllister leaving the summer. I would have guessed Alexis McAllister a few weeks ago, but given links with Curtis Jones to Spurs and just some general chatter, it does look like Curtis Jones could leave in the summer, which I really don't want to happen because I'm a big fan of Curtis Jones. I'm not going to lie. Like even when people used to slate him before he started like making an impact this summer, I've always just been a fan of him, and I think he's vastly underrated. Again, he's homegrown, he's local. Like that is a big thing. Like the local aspect, just having someone in the team. I think it is important. Like you have to have at least one local lad in the team, of course. Like we lost Trent, we can't really lose Curtis Jones as well. But maybe I'm wrong on this. Happy to be argued with or disagreed with, to be fair. But I would be keeping Curtis Jones, and I don't know if I'd be shipping off Alexis McAllister, but I think we'd get a good fee for him, and I think we'd be all right without him, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not pushing him out the door, but if you offered me 70 million for Alexis McAllister or 30 million for Curtis Jones, I think I'd be taking the 70 million. But please do let me know what you think on that one. We had Nico Shearer then this morning coming out and backing up what Dave O.C. Kopp said last night by saying Adam Wharton is getting closer to Liverpool from Crystal Palace. The midfielder has already given his availability to join Liverpool with a 5-year contract, so definitely want to keep an eye out on. Probably not this window, but definitely want to keep an eye out for the summer. I know Craig touched on it last night, but I wanted to quickly give my 2 pence on the whole Andy Robertson situation. I think it's bizarre that Liverpool even considered it in the first place. I'm happy that it does seem like he is staying, but if you read between the lines on these posts, by the way, so David Ornstein last night said Andy Robertson from Liverpool to Spurs not proceeding at present. Tottenham agreed in principle for move to happen after Champions League group stage, but required Tsimikas recall by Liverpool. Not possible so far. Roma seeking replacements, but time running out. Like, not one bit of that seems very definitive to me. So it's not proceeding at present. It's not possible so far. And Roma are seeking a replacement, but time is running out. That doesn't sound like it's a done deal here. This sounds like if Roma find someone and release Costas, then Andy Robertson to Spurs could be back on, which is still a massive, massive mistake. Like, we need centre back cover. Andy Robertson can do that. We need just the leadership around the dressing room. He's our vice captain, for God's sake. We can't be letting leaders leave midway through a season when we're this shit. Like, just stop. Keep Andy Robertson. Make it definitive. Stop with the nonsense and just keep Andy Robertson. It's that simple. Next up then we have a story from Team Talk who suggests that Manchester City are actively monitoring Trent Alexander-Arnold amid growing uncertainty over his future at Real Madrid. The England right-back situation is being closely followed by Pep Guardiola's side as he struggled to settle into life in Spain thanks to injuries and loss of form. Now, if he was to leave Real Madrid and come back to England, there's not one part of me thinks that he wouldn't go to Manchester City. I think he fully would go to Manchester City. Wouldn't go to United, but Man City I could definitely see it. Do I think this piece is true? No, I don't think it is true. I don't think Real Madrid are giving up on him just yet. I think it's far too early to write him off. I think ultimately he will be a failure at Real Madrid, but I don't think Madrid will see it at this point that they want to get rid of him. Like, he's only 6 months in, been injured for about half of that. I'm sure they'll give him at least next season, and then maybe he returns to England. I'd be interested to see would Liverpool be in the mix if he did come up on the market, but Trent to Manchester City, I could definitely see that. I could 100% see that in my head. Either that or I've always had this thing of I can see him in a Newcastle kit someday. Or Aston Villa. Maybe I'm just thinking of Coutinho coming back to Villa at that time. Or if Trent does become like a flop, would he get a move for someone as good as a Manchester City or a Liverpool or Arsenal, whoever? Like, I could definitely see him just in a Newcastle kit, but don't for 1 minute think he'd turn down Man City, because I think he would be all over that to be back in the northwest of England, and he wouldn't be at Man United, which is the more direct rival. Wouldn't be a great look either way, but I could definitely see it happening. Not now based off this report, but do let me know, could you see Trent at Manchester City in the future? Because I definitely could. Let's finish up on the Mark Gahey news then. So Mark Gahey, well, I say news, I was getting excited there, but he was speaking on his failed move to Liverpool. He said, "It was very close, very close. The medical was pretty much done, and then it got pulled at the last minute. My mindset is what will be, will be. It would be doing Palace a disservice if I was acting a certain way because the club's given me everything. The least I can do is show up to work every single day, shut my mouth and keep my head down. I think that's the most important thing." Like, that's just pure class and professionalism from him. Another reason we should have signed him. Won't go on a big rant, but yeah, you know my thoughts at this point. The fact he went to Manchester City and we just let him go there, it still bugs me, still annoys the shit out of me, but yeah, just interesting to hear his perspective on the whole thing. He kept his head down, just got back to work in a proper professional way, so fair play to him on that one. We let him down, we didn't go back in for him, so don't hold any grudges against him at all. Fair enough, Man City come in, good offer for Palace, good offer for him. Why wouldn't he say yes? I know he wanted Liverpool, but if we're not at the table, then we can't really complain about being hungry, can we? That's all from me this morning anyway. If you have enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. Craig will be back with the video around 4:30 or so. We will then have a live stream this evening at 8:45 as usual. And then the Carabag preview will be out tonight around 10:30, 11:45ish. So please keep an eye out for those. Like I said as well, if you do want to check out the latest podcast episode, that was myself, Craig and Chris. That's out on Spotify or all podcast apps. Just search Anfield Agenda. Wherever you get your podcast, go and give that one a listen. We'd really appreciate you giving us a try on that, because we really want to make a push on the podcast between now and the end of the season as well. So please check that one out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.